Hi everyone, this is Killshot from 99 Gaming's The Walking Dead. Season 8 spoiler, Rick hunts Negan down with an axe. Confirmed information. I know people want any little tidbits they can, so we are just kind of scanning the airwaves, finding any interview, any little bit of news that'll help everybody out, because we've got some of the spoilers, we've got some of the predictions, and these little pieces in between really solidify everything. I know there's a lot of things that people want to talk about. We'll do some shout outs later on the video. I want to thank all of you guys for being here. We are just running strong. We are like burning these candles from end to end. Sunday night, Monday night, Tuesday night, Wednesday night. Here we are Thursday night, trying to do this every single night this week to get everybody super, super hyped up. Appreciate everybody being a part of this. We got quite a following here, quite a group, some good ideas. And let's make sure that this person who decided to type something as hid, let me go ahead and make sure that they are no longer part of our channel. Thank you. All right, they're gone. We are a very tight-knit group, but we also ask that you guys keep it cool, keep it respectable, and make sure that you know what you guys are streaming, people aren't going to see that, but the people in the streams that are in the chat right now are going to see it, and you guys know how it works here. If you type it, I'm liable to read it, so don't throw me off course. Before we get started, I want to thank a lot of people that have been here the last couple of days, and especially last night. A lot of super chats going on last night. Aiden, Mogar the Champ, 1189 Paris, Scott Kiernan, PD Bombs, there was PD Weedy all over the place. Also Pete D, DDA Ohio. Thanks to all of you guys for doing the super chats last night, and also Scott getting it going today. Yes, I did see it. So if Gimple's confirming the whispers, this is not something that we did not know going in. I just want to add a little bit of clarity to that, but I don't want to get too far off topic. Strong indication that the PPP is a very, very soft tone. It is as soft as a whisper. So I don't think there's a lot of doubt that the PPP card was there, Heath's glasses were broken, that Heath was taken by the whispers. I think we feel pretty comfortable with that, and we will get into that a little bit later on, which kind of debunks a lot of the whole Jadis Alpha conversation out there. That's not the way it went down if the whispers are already there. Now, Jadis could merge with them or become a part of them and maybe tip them off to Negan if Negan is not killed, because she is going to want a little bit of revenge. But that is a topic for a little bit later on. I want to get to this, and you're absolutely right. Maybe it's not PPP, it was 999 Gaming that Scott Gimple was talking about. But remember, when it first came out, it was they said it was a code that only Scott Gimple knew, but I think we sort of cracked that code pretty easily. So it is, if you check it out, PPP. I think it has to do more with piano playing. So PP is a soft note, and PPP is a very, very soft note, almost like a whisper. You guys can check that out and confirm it. So let's talk about this Rick hunts Negan down with an axe. So the last couple days, we've talked about Maggie. We've talked about, you guys saw the spoiler that I did, the end of season spoiler, had a lot of data in there. Here's the thing that I want to say, and sometimes I might not be super, super clear when we're going through these, but there are other spoiler channels out there that are taking information here and putting it on a website. You know, one was, I think, we've seen Monkeys and Robots, and a couple other places have kind of cited 999 Gaming. But be careful with some of these sites, because what's happening in some of these is they're not always articulated the way that we say them. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm not saying it the right way and it's getting misunderstood. But we were talking yesterday about how the flow of the second half of the season goes through, and how Michonne is going to take Dwight, shove him up against the wall. That's going to happen in episode number 9. But the way these things get lost in translation a little bit is that was kind of written out as if it would happen in episode 16. So I know, you know, I appreciate the people, you know, hyping up our channel, putting it on different sites, but you know, there are some things that are speculation. There are some things that are confirmed. So, but hey, it's good publicity, and thanks to the Monkeys and Robots group out there for hyping us up a little bit more, joining our streams. AMC pops in our streams. There's a lot of different people that come in and work on our ideas, and also work on your ideas. You guys are typing a lot of stuff, and I'm reading it, so you're directly responsible for a lot of these things as they go down. I am going to take credit, though. If Maggie gets beheaded, I'm getting 100% credit for that idea. I'm not sharing it with anybody. Just telling you. If it's wrong, I'll take the fall as well. But I just think that's a super cool way that I would write it out. So I'm just messing with you guys. All right, let's get to Rick. Rick will hunt Negan with an axe. There is an interview in EW.com, and Rick is talking about Season 8. Now, what's funny about some of these things is that the actors are coached up on how they can respond to media. So as I talk about Rick's interview, I also have to compare it with Christian Serrato's interview where they're talking about Rosita, and she goes, yeah, you know, I think we have the power to take down the saviors. Will you take down the saviors? Well, you're going to have to watch and see. So you're not really telling me anything that I didn't know. So I get that coaching, but every once in a while we will get a little bit of a slip. So Andrew Lincoln is talking about, now there's also fake spoilers that are out there, right? So Andrew Lincoln in his conversation says, I'm really tired. They need to build an action figure after me. But one cool thing about it is that I got to chase Negan, or I got, his exact words were, I got to hunt Negan down with an axe. That's the exact words. Did not say I got to kill Negan. Did not say he would cut Negan. He says he hunted Negan down with an axe. I believe it. I think that it is 100% accurate that that will happen. That I don't see him saying that to completely lie to us. I think that he's going to say, yeah, you know, it happened the way I said it was going to happen. But if he was going to kill Negan with an axe, he would have never said it at all. He would have been completely off limits. So I know it's a hatchet, Donna, but Andrew Lincoln's exact words were axe. Just telling you. So, but thank you for the correction there. So back to Rick's exact quote. And he did say that he filmed in 8 episodes in the first half, and he got 1 episode off in the second half. So there's going to be 1 episode where Rick is not involved at all. So it kind of makes you wonder what's going to go down and when it's going to be, what the storyline is going to be. They're just going to give him a break. Or what is he doing behind the scenes? But that part of it, I think, the reason that's important and that quote is very important is because when we were talking about the second lineup and how Negan could storm Hilltop and he's going to take the group of 10 people, we thought, okay, well, maybe there's going to be an abrupt ending to it. But the fact that Rick hunts Negan with an axe, to me, says that it will play out a little bit like the comic book, where Rick may actually cut Negan. His mercy may prevail over his wrath. That could, I'm not 100% when that is going to happen, if that's going to be a reaction to reading Carl's letter, or if he's going to cut Negan and going to kill Negan, but then changes his mind and hears those voices echoing in his head. So I'm going to open it up right now for some of you. Stephen Miller, no, do not have confirmation on 11 and 12 titles as of yet. So thank you for that. Appreciate the question. If anybody else has that, then definitely chime in, but I have not seen that at this point. So Maggie says Negan seriously needs to be wounded. Now, I do have another piece of the puzzle. I like doing my CSI, so, you know, yeah, I could be like a forensic psychologist and definitely kind of dig into some of these, you know, like different color shirts. You know, one thing about Negan, you can see the picture up there. He likes to wear the little red bandana when he whacks somebody with Lucille. Negan, this might seem like the most abstract spoiler or piecing things together or bit of information. Is there anybody on the show that has more perfect hair than Negan? Intentionally more perfect. I mean, it is, look at this. We see him, even when, you know, he was covered in walker guts, his hair, it just doesn't move. When he and Simon are walking along, hair's perfect. When he turns around and swings at the walker, his hair, even swinging the bat, is still mostly completely glued down. But I do want you to pay special attention to something. And And this is why I know something serious goes down, and it's more confirmation of the spoiler we released the other day. The scene where Negan is walking through the concrete blocks, whether he's away from Rick or whether that's going to be his prison, Negan is transitioning. And I think that they have to turn him into a little bit of crazy mode. So if you look at where Negan says to Rick, like, my people, they're coming. And then Rick still has that kind of passionate voice that says, it's already too late. This is where you'll die. And what's important about that is the dialogue, for one. But I want you to look at the picture of Negan. His hair completely dried out, completely disheveled. It's kind of falling down a little bit. It's not perfectly gelled. And they're starting to give him a little bit of a crazy look. So it's possible that Negan loses it. He loses his mind. So go back and check out both pictures. You'll see it in the thumbnail. At the end of this video, check out the thumbnail again. I've included 3 different pictures. One's, Rick showing you the axe because that's what he's going to chase down. But the one in the middle is Simon and Negan, perfect hair. And then it's the one where Rick is kind of pursuing Negan. And what I think is important about this is I think this is where Dwight has already got a couple shots on Negan. So, he gets punched. His hair is going to be messed up a little bit. Rick's going to chase him down. But I do think the writers are trying to start to give us a taste of what crazy, insane Negan is going to look like. And he may just get to a point where he loses his mind and he goes too crazy to kill. That could be his out. That, not saying that Rick is going to feel sorry for him, but Rick's going to see like he's lost his mind, and Carl also wanted me to keep him alive. So, 2 could kind of go hand in hand. Sheila Beasley says, I want Negan out of commission. Now, as a follow-up to that, I do think that having Negan around is always going to put the group at risk. So I'm going to talk about that in 1 second. So I want you to get your thoughts. Let me know what you think at this point. So as I said, part of the spoilers are confirmed. The lineup, the chase, the exploding bullets, all of those things are good to go. The timeline is we still got some things to piece together, and that'll start to uncover itself over the next couple weeks. More pictures, more interviews, more leaked information will come out. But I think the lineup happens as 15 will be a mini cliffhanger with the lineup, and then 16 will be the season finale, blah, 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 who's going to die, they're all going to die, that type of thing. That, from what I'm told, is going to happen toward the beginning, and then the chase scene, the finality of it, the capturing Negan, is all going to be toward the end. So he's going to start out kind of clean cut, and then there will be a chase after that. And that could be where Rick actually cuts Negan, but doesn't kill him. So I'm going to read a couple comments here. They're killing, well, yeah, Carl's gone. I really hope they kill off Negan as much as he is. That's from Cody. Let's see. Rory, that Stallion, Sherry, Dwight, and Daryl stopped the second lineup. No. Dwight. Kill, what about the car chase in episode 12? Scott, at this point, I think the car chase is, there could be the chase scene there. You're absolutely right. But I do think Dwight interferes in that. I don't have that spoiler, to be honest with you. I'm just kind of speculating a little bit. But Dwight could be the one that actually interferes with Negan, and that could be where he gets captured by Simon. Because at that point, Simon and Dwight are still there. Simon has not been captured. He's not in the jumpsuit. So I'm going to assume that Negan gets away pretty easily there. But I'll get more information. I don't have that as of yet. Santino, Confused what happens with Ezekiel and the other guy in the theater. Please explain. Ezekiel has a conversation, and yeah, I can save some of this stuff for Sunday, but I'll just kind of give you bits and pieces. You've heard Ezekiel say, "What I had a choice. I'm comfortable making my choice, and you have a chance to do the same to Gavin." Well, Gavin makes his choice. He's going to kill Ezekiel, but he doesn't get a chance to because Henry's going to stop it. So Petey Bomb with some information here. So thank you so much, Petey, for the super chat. Let's focus in on this, and all of us will give Petey an answer here. So 15 could end perfectly with the lineup and Negan saying, "Kill them all." We hear gunshots and a blank screen as credits roll. It could, and I got to tell you, Petey, I'm perfectly okay with cliffhangers. I love the cliffhanger. I don't know why the producers took it so personally, and they said, well, we learned our lesson because of the cliff. I thought the cliffhanger was great. I thought it was great for business. It was great for conversation. I would have no problem if they did another cliffhanger. I'm totally cool with it. But, yeah, I could see that happening from 15 to 16. I don't think, Chris, we will hear "Taking It Like a Champ" in the background, though. But could be fun. Negan is not going to be killed. So Yasina wants to know, is Sherry going to come back? I've got no confirmation of, I mean, she's in another show as well. So I've got no confirmation she's going to be back this season. I think it would be more likely that they bring back a prosthetic head on a stick and then they don't have to pay her a new contract. So I don't think we're going to see Sherry again. So white-tailed killer, and once again, this question is, I don't have the information. I would say, if you want my professional opinion, will Negan help with the Whisperer War? I would say yes, but it's going to be a tough sell on the audience, getting the audience to buy into Negan being a partner of Rick, or even an accomplice of Rick at this point. They're really going to have to find a way to sell it. So yes, we will see the Whisperers, but how we're going to go about accepting Negan is, I don't see it yet. These writers are going to have to do something miraculous. And there you go, Tammy. So, as a brief commercial interruption, I would like to say just a couple things, make a couple announcements. Number one, we're ramping up to almost a couple hundred people in here. If you guys could all slap the like button, that would be awesome. Number two, if you're new to these streams, subscribe, join us. We want your thoughts, we want your comments, we want you to be involved in what we do. We're going to be doing live streams this week, every day this week, but most weeks after Walking Dead starts, 4 or 5 nights a week. And in addition to that, other videos, other Walking Dead information is going to be out there as well. So a quick commercial interruption for that. And I'm going to open it up just for some comments, theories, predictions. You guys have got the spoilers. You know what's going to go down this week. We know it's going to be a sad episode. There's going to be death and there's going to be life. Obviously, Ezekiel is going to survive it. He's going to make it to the end. Doesn't mean he's going to get the comic arc. I still feel like that it's going to be Sherry and Heath that are going to get the Whisper death. I don't think it's going to be Ezekiel, and I don't think it's going to be Rosita. Too many people know that how that happens from the comics, and I think they planted the seed really well. And we got 2 people that we don't know where they're at, what they're doing. So we're going to have to circle back and tie those loose ends, and I think the Whispers are the perfect way to do that. And Maggie would be, as I said, you add Maggie to the mix there, and whew. But I don't want Maggie to die. I'm just saying if the contract doesn't get worked out, kill her in the most epic way, and that would be part of the Whispers. So Ron McCarty says, Negan has got to go. People are tired of the Negan show. Kill that son of a bitch. Or throw his arse in jail. I probably more so that you're going to see him thrown in jail. Yeah, so CRD says they always mix it up so well between the show and the comics, hard to pin down what will happen. And, you know, it's been a blueprint. And, you know, clearly they've changed up some of the characters, but stuck to a lot of the storyline. But now it's changing up fast and furious, which is going to be fun because, you know, spoilers are going to be real spoilers, and our speculation is still going to be a lot of fun. So, I mean, for me and for our group here, 999 Army, I think what's neat about changing up the storyline is we get to do predictions, and I can keep some of those spoilers closed envelope. And, you know, I don't have to come out. And believe me, I've done enough wrong predictions. You guys should know that when I say it's a spoiler, it's a spoiler. If I say, I'm not going to come out and say, hey, prediction, and ha ha ha, I was right about it while I'm sitting on it. I've done some, you know, I did one a couple weeks ago, right, where I said that I thought Father G might be the one to come in and execute Carl. Wrong. I was wrong about it. I don't mind saying I'm wrong about it. I think it creates good dialogue, but I was pretty clear it was a prediction. And, you know, that's the big difference between, you know, taking a chance on some of these things. And I think that's what we do. We do here. We have a lot of fun with that. Elliot, will Kills be in the first, you mean episode 9? Will Negan be in the first episode? No. It's Carl, Michonne, Carl's tribute flashbacks, and the escape of Ezekiel. All right, I'm open up to a few more questions here. So this is basically, if you guys want to check out the article, I don't have the link to it, but check it out. It's on EW.com. They've been really getting into some of the Walking Dead stuff lately. I mean, they're always kind of around it and in the know a little bit, and some pretty good interviews, but you know, they're ramping it up a little bit more. But the that's an interview, and a interview is a inju, whatever. The interview with Andrew Lincoln was particularly interesting to me. So, you know, watch out for some of these things. It's not just what they tweet. It's they get pinned down in the interview, and sometimes they just say what they feel. And when they say too much, to me, that's always a dead sign. It's not going to happen that way. So Rick will hunt Negan with an axe, but he won't kill him. If he was going to kill him, believe me, he would avoid that topic altogether. Wouldn't even plant a seed for you to think about. Wayne says that Chris Hardwick needs me on the... You know, if Scott wants to reach out to me and, you know, say, I know last year they did some Talking Dead and Chris Hardwick was under the weather, they could definitely, you know, reach out. I don't mind sitting in for him. Hey, Chris is a little sick. Now let's take a moment to say goodbye to those we lost. How hard is it to do that? Let's see. Tonus26, do you think Negan will hit Rick right where he shot last season, but he won't die? I do think it's possible that Rick sustains some type of injury. I don't know that they're going to go the broken leg route. Too comic-esque. I don't know that Rick's going to cut Negan's throat. Maybe he puts the hatchet to his neck, starts to cut him, changes his mind. I mean, I don't think he's going to slash him and get him almost to the point of death. But we know that they didn't cut off Rick's hand. So do you want the star of the show limping around for the rest of the time he's in the show? Did you want the star of the show walking around with no hand and you got to CGI all that stuff? I don't think they have to have this injury to make the comic fans happy. It's not imperative that they do that. And, you know, for us, I think it's just a little naive for us to come out here and say, well, they're going to do it because they did it that way in the comics. We should know at this point not even to use that as a reference. It's fun to say we know what happened, but to say that it's going to happen that way, it ain't. There's no guarantees at this point. And I think there's more incentive to not please the comic book fans going forward because there's so many people that know. Now, because of spoilers, so many people know as well. But it's different. All right, we're going to open it up for a couple more questions. So Tommy wants to know, Kills, what do you make of the old man Rick scene now? Well, actually I know about the old man Rick scene. So we're going to see flashbacks of that this Sunday. And that is Carl's vision of what things would be like. All right, you guys might have lost me for a split second there. Sorry. Tommy, as I was saying, maybe you heard this, maybe you didn't. It kind of lagged out for a second. So the old man Rick scene is not a time skip. It is not a coma. It's not Rick waking up from a coma. It's Carl's vision of what life would be like if Rick stops the war. And Rick says to Carl, I'm going to make that real. That's his exact words to it. So that's going to play on Rick. Now, after Rick says that, he still gets overtaken by rage. He still wants to kill Negan. He still chases Negan down. But he's not going to kill him because of Carl. We know this. Scott has a question. So, Tommy, hopefully that answers your question. Ruby James says, "Do we know? We should see Negan in 10." Well, Lonnie, it's not Carl knowing about the cane. It's Carl seeing Rick older. And what happened with that is the comic fans saw that and they thought, oh yeah, okay, Rick had a cane. And see, they actually messed with people. They messed with the comic book fans with that because as soon as people saw it, the immediate thing was time skip and Rick broke his leg and he's going to be limping. It's not Rick has a broken leg. They wanted us to go down that path. That was an intentional spoiler psych. It's Rick being older. It's Rick growing old and needing a cane to walk around. So, Scott with the super chat. Thanks, Scott. Do you think the first half of Season 9 will focus on Magna and through her eyes we will see? No, I don't. I could see an introduction of Magna. I don't think the show is going to be through anybody's eyes. The show is through our eyes. They made that clear even with the, we're trying to figure out, well, who is this going to be in the lineup? Who's actually getting Lucille'd? And it's funny how, Lucille's just like an action, right? And the producers came out and said, we wanted to do that screenshot. We wanted to do that perspective so people felt like they're actually there, that they're a part of it, not that it gave away anything. So I don't think we're going to hear a narrative through anybody. Even now, I mean, we're not seeing the story through Rick's eyes. We're just along for the ride. And I didn't see who asked the question a little bit ago, but the question came up is, do I think Maggie's baby will survive? I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine at this point because I'm sure there's a couple variations written for early next season, but there's probably going to be a storyline of Lauren signing the contract and being around. There's a storyline of her not being around, and that could be multiple things. Could Maggie die in childbirth? Could the whispers... I still think a whispered death with Maggie would just infuriate the audience so much that you're like, we got to find those people. And then we got another enemy that's out there that is stronger and tougher than before. You know, we see Heath dead. We see one of our heroes, Maggie, die. Sherry. You know, think about what that would do to people. Could give Negan some incentive to, like, fight for the widow's husband that he killed. You know, hey, I killed your husband. He's not there to protect you. It's all on me. I'm going to try to make amends. I know it's a stretch. You could see people wanting to fight for Heath. You could see Dwight just losing it, like, you know, wanting to kill. That would infuriate a lot of people in the group. So, yeah, I just want to throw that out there. If it happens, it would be hard to watch, wouldn't it? Okay, everybody, we are 30 minutes in. We like to keep these streams at about 30 minutes, so just a couple things that I do want to announce. Thank you once again for all of you guys being here. I love the support, love the group. If you're new, subscribe, come back and join us. We just get some great ideas. The people that, we got a couple new Patreons that joined on the Patreon site. If you guys are interested in sponsoring the channel, you can find it in the video. I'll do some shout-outs to that a little bit later on. Also, the people that are doing the Super Chat, thank you so much. Multiple people in this chat that we saw. Scott, also PD Bombs. I'll make a list and I'm going to do a video just to thank you guys. Appreciate that. And of course, all of you guys here, your interaction, your comments, and really the support network that we have. Just having a lot of fun doing these streams. We'll be back doing this. I know tomorrow is a tough night for some people. We're going to piece this together. The only night I will not stream is going to be Saturday night. So there will be nothing going on Saturday. I will do something tomorrow, and of course Sunday we might do an AM stream and a countdown before the show. It's just going to be super hyped up. Look for other videos on the channel as well. If I don't set a timeline and I don't stop at like 30 minutes, honestly, I can do these videos and hang out with you guys for 2-3 hours. So I gotta try to get a hard stop at about 30 minutes, and then that usually runs over 3 or 4 minutes doing the shout outs as well. And here we go. Look, I'm getting ready to do the shout outs in DDA, Ohio. Coming in with a super chat, so I am contractually obligated to read this comment. So DDA Ohio says, would it be beyond AMC to put out false rumors about Lauren Cohan leaving the series just to bring ratings up? No, it's not, because I don't think they need to do that to bring ratings up. You know, there is a lot of talk out there about ratings dropping. But ratings dropped in the NFL. Ratings have dropped on almost every television show that's out there. People are streaming more. They're busy. So not a lot of people are sitting down watching the TV show. They're catching it a little bit later, doing a lot of different things. So Lauren is getting a new contract, or is trying to negotiate a new contract. They may not meet her demands, and another series, Whiskey Cavaliers, paying her more money. If that gets picked up, and I see where you're going with that, I think it's a great question, but I don't think it's a ploy in order to get more people to tune in. Like, oh, we got to watch because she's leaving, because I don't think that's going to hype it up that much more. 1189 Paris, thank you so much. Appreciate the 999, and give you a shout out as well. And I got another PD bomb here. So PD Wheatstraw. Again, super chat, superstar. If we have a stream tomorrow, I may have to miss it, but PD will be repping the 999 Army courtside at the Raptors game tomorrow night. But check it out. So thank you so much, PD. Appreciate that. And at least watch the playback. Awesome. So I think we're clear with the super chats. I can probably wind it down at this point. If you guys are watching the playback, then this is the closing credits. If you're here, give me a 999. Also, check out our Facebook page, Walking Dead 999 Army. And also, if you guys have a theory or something that you want to get included or a topic of conversation, you can send me a message on Kick at KILZHOT. Kick me a message. I may not always respond. If I do get time, I will respond to the messages. But if it's crazy week, and I do get a lot of comments, so I can't respond to everybody. Sometimes it takes me a few days. But if something kind of jumps off the page, I'm like, whoa, what a great idea. We'll talk about that. We'll add it to a stream. Then I'll make it your topic conversation, and then I'll give you a shout out in the video as well and say, hey, this was Mogar's idea. We want to talk about it. So thank you so much. And we'll start with the shout out. So Beth Brigette, Mike Schumann, Velocity, Mogar the Champion, Mind Flayer, Joko Wiley, Walani, thank you so much. Rubelo's Channel, Tommy, Sweet Ass Enforcer McCandless, Kelsa Smile, Emmy Desiree Bacon, Steph the Cuervo Queen, Petey Wheatstraw, the Dino King, Santino RN, I'm assuming that's registered nurse, Chevy V, Terry Jones, Garrett Farmer, Whitney Hernandez, Mitchell Topless. Mitchell, you need to go get your top. Mary Casala, Maggie Bonacorda, Villar, what's up? Epic Vids 8, Timothy Young, Waterfall, what's up Waterfall? CRD, Rose Marie Abbott, thank you so much. Scott Kernan, Carol Brothers Payette, DDA Ohio, Edith Murphy. And also, if I butcher your name, let me know. You know, just send me a message as well and say, hey, this is the way you kind of enunciate everything. Also, once this video goes live in about 5 or 10 minutes, if I didn't get your question, didn't give you a shout out, get over there, leave some comments. We're looking for a lot of comments on these videos. And once again, you'll start to see these videos surface on our 999 Spoiler channel as well. Got a few more shout outs. Michelle Wolf. Michelle wants the ringtone. Michelle wants like a special Daryl Dixon ringtone, which is, I don't care if he is sorry. I'm going to kill that son of a bitch. Mr. Midnight, thank you for being here. Kazuto. Jake Turgeon, thank you for being here. Enrique Santana. Dan Berendez. Melinda Kettler. Who else we got? I'm getting caught up with these shout outs. Thank you, Timothy Young. Appreciate it. Clown Dust. Thank you, Stephen Miller. I'm going to hang around a few more seconds because there's a few more. Ron McCary, thanks. Deborah Mooney, appreciate you being here. Diane Estes, thanks for being here. Hippo is in the house. I missed Hippo in a couple shout-outs. I'm not missing you tonight. You're definitely here. There is the link as well if you guys want to jump in and hang out with us as well. Anakin, thank you, Anakin. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, Enrique. Love having you here. And you know what? It's easy to have a good channel. We have so many interactive people that participate in this. Heidi Badoon, thank you so much. Donna Barrett, thank you. Hi. Hi to you as well. All right. And I think with that we've got almost everybody. I always miss like 10 people. Jenna, oh man, I did. Jenna, just under the radar. And also Chris Salisbury. Chris Salisbury, Jenna Crockett, Vic Rant. Intro music. You know what, Chris? Send me some information. Valerie Feldman. I mean, I guess I could create some intro music. Wayne L., thank you so much. Linda Chase, thank you as well. Raiden Roach. I did miss a lot of people. I'm glad I hung around a little bit more. Brene, thank you so much, Brene. Good seeing you. It's like, oh, I already got like a request box. People are like, we need these streams to be an hour. You know what? If I keep doing these shout-outs any longer, it's going to be an hour. All right. Hey, everybody. We're Brian Clayton. Missed you. Tyler Johnson missed you as well. All right, everybody. That's it. I'm going to stop with Tyler Johnson. We are almost 40 minutes. We will be back tomorrow night. I'm going to try to keep it at 30 minutes then as well. Thanks once again. You guys have a great night. Peace.